Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ServiceNow 911. Today we are here with one more video on ServiceNow admin course. I hope you are liking our videos. Please share your feedback in the comment section. In last video, we have discussed all about CMDB. I hope it is clear to you now. Today we are going to see live creation of a CI class and then apply IRE rules on that. Okay, so let me go to my demo. Go to CI class manager. Click on hierarchy. So today we are going to create a child class for hardware. So search hardware here. So this is hardware. Click on add child class. And here we are going to create a class which is known as lab devices. So name will be automatically created here with u_cmdb_ci, then the lab devices. Okay. Provide some description. Demo IRE. Okay. No need to add any extensible and principal. Just click on next. So now we will create one attribute, and that is device tag. We will use the same attribute in our IRE rules. Rest all columns are derived. Okay, so now click on next. Here you see we already have identification rule, which is inherited from hardware because hardware is the parent here. Now click on replace. Now we will create one for lab device. Okay, identification rule. It will be an independent one. What is independent? Because we are creating a rule on the field which we have just created for this particular class, this particular table. If we are going to use a field that is from parent table, then we can click on dependent. Okay. But in this case, we are creating identification rule for only the current class. Click on save. You see identification rule is created. This is the name. This is the class where it is applied. Now click on identifier entry. Okay. Click add. Use attribute from the main table. Yes, we are using attribute from the lab device table only. We are not using it for any lookup table. Lookup table means you will pick up a ID from the current table and then use that ID in some another table to get the value. Okay, so that is not the case here. We are simply using attribute from the main table. Click on this next. So this is active. Go to main settings. Add device tag as identifier. Click on save. That's it. Identification rule is now created here with priority 100. Okay, on our device tag field. Okay, so now click on next. I'm not adding any reconciliation rule at this moment. First we complete identification, then we will add one. Click on next. That's it. Done. So now you see your class is being created here. Just wait for a few seconds. So you see this particular class is now created. Let me open this table. This is the lab device table. Let me add only two fields here. Name, device tag, and discovery source. That's it. So now we are going to add data into this table. One thing you have to keep in mind that ServiceNow IRE rules are designed for data sources such as discovery, service graph connector, integration, import set, and APIs. Okay. It is not for the users typing data manually with the new button or doing edits directly on the form. So keep this in mind. So now we are going to add data into this table using a script. Let me show you the script. First, let me load background script. So this is the simple script in front of you. Okay, you see here in line number 14, we are using identification engine API and we are using the discovery source as ServiceNow here at the moment. Okay, so that's why this will work. If I write directly a glide record, again, it will not work here. So now this is our table. In this table, this is our tag. We are adding a tag value and the name. Okay, so now let me click on run script here. You see the operation is insert. Okay. You see the identifier which we are using is device tag. That is lab device rule as well. Okay. So now let me go to the table and see what happened here. Reload the table. So yes, this is fine. Data is now added. This is the name, this is the device tag, and this is the discovery source. Let me do one more thing. Let me try to add one more record here. Lab 2 and Lab 2. Click on run script. Again, you see insert is happening here. Now if I reload. So why you see insert happened? Because device tag is being used as identifier. The system is checking whether this device tag exists. If it exists, then it is updating. Otherwise, it is creating a new one. So in both of our cases, there is no device tag, there is no repetition. That's why 2 new records are created. Now let me update it. Updated. Okay. Now let's see what happened. Click on run script. You see the operation is now update. Let's see what all things are updated. You see the same record is updated because lab 2 was already there. System checked it. It finds the record and it's updated the value here. Okay. Now let me rerun the same script again. Let's see what happened. Click on run script. You see operation is no change because under lab 2 there is no change. The same value I am trying to update. That's why there is no change here. Okay, let me go back. Let me show you one more thing. Now let me go to our identifier. This is my identification rule. See at the bottom, there is nothing, right? Only this one. But let me click on edit here. Make it inactive. Click on save. Look at the message here. Identifier rule for this class is inactive. Hence, the derived identifier rule will apply. Okay. So now what will happen? As this is inactive, you see at the bottom, derived one are already being shown here and derived it from hardware. Okay. So these are the 5 standard identifiers which are applicable here on this derived hardware table. Now let me try to do something here. Let me try to add the same. Click on the script again, same script. You see the operation is no change. That's fine. Now let me remove this updated from here. And now try to run the script. You see there is an insert operation. Why it happened? Let me reload first. Okay, but we are seeing 2 device tags. So is this an error? No, this is not an error because now the identifier is not device tag. It is being disabled by me already, right? But if you see here in the identifier of hardware, there is an identifier which is representing name. Okay. So now the identifier is running on the name column. Okay. That's why you see a new value here. So what happened in this script? As soon as I clicked on run script, the system checked whether the name lab laptop 02 exists. No, that time it was not there. Only this was there, updated one, right? That's why it has created a new one here, along with the value of the device tag. So I think now you understand the importance of identifier or the identification rule. Now let me come here and activate our one again. I just wanted to show you. Okay, save it. Now we will add the reconciliation rule. Before that, let me update the data so that I will able to show you properly. Let's make it 3. And let's change this one also. And let's change device tag also to 3. Okay, so now we have 3 records properly structured. Now let's create a reconciliation rule. Click on add. Here we have to set the priority. First of all, ServiceNow. Let's add the priority as 100. Click on plus here. These all are the sources you see. These all sources are available. Okay. Let me add manual entry here. And provide the priority as 200. This is even more interesting now. Okay. Now click on next. Select attribute as name. Click on next. No need to add any filter. Click on save. So we have successfully created a reconciliation rule, and this reconciliation rule is on name attribute where ServiceNow has 100 priority, top priority, and second is manual entry. So now again we will use the same script, ladies and gentlemen. So now the focus is on name attribute. Okay. because our reconciliation rule applies to name, and it is saying that ServiceNow is allowed to update first because it is having top priority, and if name is updated by ServiceNow, no other will be able to update it. As simple as that. So now what I will do, I will try to update the name by update 1 here. Okay. We are running identification rule based on device tag, and reconciliation rule is running on this name. So focus carefully. And you see here right now the source is ServiceNow. So let me click on run script. You see the operation is update. Come here. Reload. So now you see for lab 2 we have updated name here U1. Why? Because previously it was updated by ServiceNow, and via this script as well, the discovery source which is updating is ServiceNow. So now what I will do, I will again make it U2 and change the source to manual entry. So now my source is manual entry, and I want to change the name of this device tag of 002. Click on run. You see again, update happened, but it should not happen. Let's see what happened here. What has updated actually? So carefully look at this. Let me reload. Focus on lab 02. So here for this device tag, you see there is no U2. No update happened on the name, but you see the update happened here on the discovery source. That's why we were seeing the update here, because our reconciliation rule was only for one field, that is name, not on the discovery source. So like this, when the update happened, the system will check reconciliation rule only for that particular attribute that is there in reconciliation rule, not for other. Others are allowed to update. Okay. So now via manual entry, we are able to update the discovery source or any other field, but not this one. Okay. So now this happened here. So now I think it is clear to you now. Okay. So now let me do one more scenario. Go back. So with manual entry only, let me create one more record. Let's say 4. And here also 4. Click on run script. You see the operation is now insert. Reload it. You see the last entry which is just created with discovery source as manual entry. Device tag is there and value is there. Fine. So now you see at the last we have the same entry which is created just now. Discovery source, manual entry. This is the tag. This is the name. As simple as that. So script has created it. Now let me go back. Now let me update the name of this device tag. Let's make it U4 or U3. Okay. Click on run script. You see operation is update now. Reload. Yes, it is updated. Now carefully think why it is updated, because here system checked the discovery source. So previously, lab 4 I have created using manual entry only. And this time also I have used manual entry. So if something is created with the lower priority, then it is allowed to update. Okay, so now that's why name is allowed to update here. Okay. Otherwise, let me do one more thing. Let me change the source here and make the update. ServiceNow, this is U4. Will it update? Obviously, it will update because the source is now ServiceNow. So let me reload. You see it is U4 now because system will not stop. Priority of ServiceNow is at top. Now let me do one more update. As the discovery source changed to ServiceNow, okay, in this lab 4, now let me again change it to manual entry and provide U5. Click on run script. You see update happened. So the update happened. Let me reload. But name is not updated. Rest other fields are updated. via that source, okay, but not the field because of the reconciliation rule. So ladies and gentlemen, this is all about these IRE rules. I hope you liked it, you able to understand it. Okay, let me know your feedback in the comment section, and do share this video with someone who really want to learn ServiceNow from scratch. There are a number of freshers, people who want to change their technology. So kindly share these videos with those people. Ask them to join the membership and get benefited, and make your ServiceNow journey smooth and powerful with me. Thank you so much. Bye bye.